Have you ever spent 30 minutes stuck on one single sentence just because you couldn't decide between two tiny words?
Because that happened to me this morning. And by the end of today, you're never going to freeze on this again.
We're breaking down 4 words that look almost identical but work completely differently. And honestly, even native speakers get them wrong all the time.
Stick around because we've got a simple trick that makes this instantly easy and a fun challenge for you at the end.
Let's get into it.
Floating topic bubbles.
Grammar, fluency, speaking, listening.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Speak English with Learn. I'm Liam.
And I'm Sophie. Liam, you look a little stressed today. What's going on?
So, I had to write a formal email to a new client this morning, and I spent almost 30 minutes on one sentence.
30 minutes on one sentence?
Yes, because I couldn't decide. Should I write, who should I send the invoice to? Or, whom should I send the invoice to?
Oh no.
And then in another line, I wrote, the client whose project is due Friday. And my co-worker looked over my shoulder and said, that's wrong.
What did you do?
I just sat there thinking, what do you mean it's wrong? Whose? My brain completely froze. I could actually feel the confusion, like a headache made entirely of grammar.
A grammar headache. That's a new one.
I ended up deleting the whole email and just starting with, hope you're doing well, because that felt safe.
You know what? This is actually one of the most common confusions in English. Even native speakers mix these up constantly.
Wait, seriously? It's not just me?
Not just you. Who, whom, whose, and whose. They sound similar, they look similar, and people mix them up all the time.
Thank goodness. Honestly, I've been guessing for years.
Don't worry, by the end of today, you'll never confuse them again. It's much simpler than you think.
Okay, where do we start?
Let's start with who, since it's the one everyone already knows. Who is a subject pronoun, the person doing the action.
Like, who called you? Who wants coffee?
Exactly. If you can answer with he, she, or they, then who is correct. Who called? He called.
That's simple enough. So, where does it get tricky?
It gets tricky with whom.
Ah, whom, my enemy.
Whom isn't your enemy. It's just the object version of who. If who does things, whom has things done to it.
Give me an example.
Whom did you call? I called him. See? Him, not he.
So, who matches with he and whom matches with him.
That's the whole secret. If you can answer the question with him, her, or them, use whom. If the answer is he, she, or they, use who.
Wait, that's really the whole rule.
That's the whole rule. Let's try it. Who or whom did you invite?
I invited him. So, whom did you invite?
Perfect. Try this. Who or whom is at the door?
He is at the door. So, who is at the door?
You've got it. One more. Who or whom did you talk to?
I talked to her. So, whom did you talk to?
Excellent. Now who's something important for everyone listening? In Kat's everyday time speech, most people just use who for everything.
Wait, so whom is basically optional?
Pretty much, in casual speech. Who did you call? Sounds completely natural. Nobody at a coffee shop is going to correct you.
That's a relief, honestly. My chest just relaxed a little.
But whom is still used in formal writing. Client emails, essays, official documents, and they're fixed phrases where it always sounds natural.
Like what?
To whom it may concern. The classic opener for formal letters.
That's exactly what I wrote in my email this morning, so that part was right.
That part was perfect. Consider to, for, with, from, about, whom sounds very natural. With whom did you speak? For whom is this gift?
Though most people would probably just say, who did you go with, moving the preposition to the end.
Exactly. And that's completely fine in spoken English. Think of whom as your dress shoes. You don't wear them daily, but you need them for certain occasions.
Like client emails and job interviews.
Exactly. Now let's move to the pair that causes the most confusion. Whose versus whose. This is exactly where your mistake happened.
Let's figure it out.
Whose, without an apostrophe, means belonging to someone. It's possessive. Whose bag is this? Whose turn is it?
So it's always about ownership.
Always. Now, whose with the apostrophe is a contraction, short for who is or who has, nothing else.
So in my email, I wrote, the client whose project is due Friday, which means the client who is project is due Friday.
Which makes no sense, right? You needed whose without the apostrophe because the project belongs to the client.
Ah, that's so obvious now. I feel a little silly for missing it.
Don't feel silly. This is one of the top spelling mistakes in English. Even professional writers get it wrong. Here's the test. If you can replace it with who is or who has and the sentence still makes sense, use whose with the apostrophe.
Let me try. I have a neighbour whose dog barks all night. Replace it. I have a neighbour who is dog barks all night.
Does that work?
Nope, so it should be whose without the apostrophe.
Exactly. Now try, I don't know who's responsible for this.
Replace it. I don't know who is responsible for this. That works.
So whose with the apostrophe is correct there. You've got it. The replacement test never fails.
This feels like a secret decoder ring for grammar.
Let's practice a bit more. I'll give you sentences. You tell me which word fits. Blank jacket is on the chair.
Whose? It's about ownership.
Blank going to tell him the news.
Whose, meaning who is.
The woman, blank, car broke down, is waiting outside.
Whose? The car belongs to her.
Blank been eating my leftovers.
Whose, meaning who has.
Perfect score. Now, let's put all 4 words into one everyday scene. Imagine you're at a party.
Okay, I'm at the party.
Someone walks in and you don't recognise them. Blank is that.
Who is that? Because they're the subject.
Your friend says, that's the person, blank, I met last week.
The person whom I met. Because I met him, that's the object.
You notice they left a jacket on the couch. Blank jacket is this.
Whose jacket? Ownership.
Someone asks, blank invited them.
Who invited them? Because she invited them.
And finally, is that the guy, blank, always late?
Who's always late, meaning who is always late.
5 sentences, all 4 words, and you got every single one right.
Honestly, that felt great. Each word finally has its own little box in my brain now.
Here's a real-life tip. In casual English, you really only need to worry about 2 things. First, whose versus whose in writing.
The one that trips everyone up.
And second, using whom after prepositions in formal writing. To whom, for whom, with whom.
And in everyday conversation, who pretty much covers both who and whom.
Pretty much. Who did you call? Who are you talking to? Who should I ask? All perfectly natural, even though some are technically whom.
Let me try describing my morning using all 4 words. Ready?
Go for it.
So this morning I woke up wondering who left the kitchen light on. My roommate, whose alarm goes off at 6, was already awake. I asked her, "Who's making coffee?" And she said, "The person whom you should be thanking."
That was excellent. Who, whose, and whom. All natural, all correct.
Before this conversation, I would have frozen at every single one of those.
And here's something that comes up constantly at work, introducing colleagues. This is Sarah, who manages the design team.
Who, because she's the subject, she manages.
This is the client, whom we've been working with.
Whom, because we've been working with him.
The manager, whose approval we need, is on vacation.
Whose the approval belongs to the manager.
Does anyone know who's handling the project while she's away?
Whose, meaning who is handling it.
These are sentences you probably write every week.
Exactly. This is exactly what I needed for my emails.
Let me give you a few more useful patterns. There's whoever, meaning any person who. Whoever finds my keys gets a free coffee.
So, whoever is like an open-ended who when you don't know the specific person.
Exactly. And there's whomever, too, but honestly, almost nobody uses it in conversation. Even in formal writing, whoever covers most situations.
Good. One less thing to worry about.
There's also a common expression, whose fault is it? You hear this constantly.
Whose fault is it that we're late? Mine, apparently.
And who's who? Have you heard that one?
Like figuring out which person is which.
Exactly. I couldn't tell who's who at the costume party, meaning I couldn't tell which person was which.
And that's the contraction. Who is who?
Right. And one more useful phrase, no matter who, meaning it doesn't matter which person. No matter who calls, tell them I'm busy.
I feel like my brain just got an update. All these grammar files that were scattered are now sitting in neat little folders.
That's the best feeling. And remember, you don't need to be perfect. Native speakers mess this up too. What matters is knowing the difference for when it counts, like that client email.
Speaking of which, I should probably go fix that email.
You probably should. Quick question for everyone listening. Think about the last email you wrote. Did you use who, whom, whose, or whose correctly?
Try the tests we learned today, the him test for whom and the replacement test for whose.
Let's do a quick recap. First, who is the subject, the person doing the action? If you can answer with he, she, or they, use who.
Second, whom is the object, the person receiving the action. Use the him test. If the answer is him, her, or them, use whom.
Third, whose, without an apostrophe, is possessive. It means belonging to someone.
Fourth, whose with the apostrophe is a contraction for who is or who has. Use the replacement test to check.
Fifth, whom often follows prepositions in formal writing. To whom, for whom, with whom, but in casual speech, who covers most of it.
And sixth, whoever. Whose fault is it? Who's who? And no matter who are all common patterns worth knowing.
That's the entire method, Liam. Simple once you break it down.
If today's episode finally made who, whom, whose, and whose click for you, please like this video, subscribe to Speak English with Learn, and share it with a friend who's learning English.
And leave us a comment. Tell us which trick helped you most today, the him test or the replacement test, and try using one of today's words in your answer.
We read every single comment. Thank you so much for being here.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.